I want you all to imagine that you're in a business meeting and your message is not landing. Why? Because adequate communication is more than a one-size-fits-all solution. Today, we'll explore how to tailor our communication to connect and inspire. Communication is a two-way dialogue comprising of nonverbal, verbal, and written communication. And the purpose is to convey from one person to another, either to seek to understand or translate a message. I am passionate about communication and want it to be as straightforward as possible to ensure that both parties achieve clarity. Communication can be direct, like this speech, or indirect, nonverbal communication, like yawning while I'm talking, letting me know I'm super boring, or leaning in to let me know that you're engaged. To communicate effectively, we need to understand our message, consider our audience, and decide on a method to relay the information, all in service of us being understood and the other person getting the intent. How we communicate will depend on our audience. I'm going to be super casual for a moment. Hey, how you doing? Is not going to cut it if you are talking to a Fortune 500 company CEO. Alternatively, if you're talking to your 4-year-old nephew, an ultra high formal style will not do. So it is best to consider who you're communicating with before you relay the message. We all have a communication style that comes naturally to us. The approach may be, communication comes naturally to us. It may change depending on the setting and require us to flex outside our norm, but it is our default. It may be supportive, direct, analytical, or initiating. My top two are supportive and direct. Now, that mix may sound a little weird. Let me get into a more detail so that it becomes a bit more apparent. A person with a supportive style is calm, steady, approachable, sincere, and gentle. Ideal traits for a coach like myself. Typically, they prefer to avoid change or indecision. That's not me. Yet they're patient, caring, and amiable. They have high active listening skills and are cooperative and loyal. Now contrast that with the directive style: decisive, independent, competitive, and confident. They are goal-oriented, ambitious, driven. They're often perceived as being demanding or strong-willed, and they can come off as a little bit impatient. This is also me, depending on the setting. In situations like meetings that seem to be stalled, or when a decision needs to be made, but somebody isn't willing to make it, I will take charge and become decisive and quick to move to action. Both styles are me, and it depends on the situation, task, relationship, and frankly, my mood, which one comes out more often. For example, if my supportive style, it helps me build trust when I'm coaching. But in high stakes meetings, my direct style ensures that decisions get made efficiently and people stay on task. The other two styles, analytical people are cautious, focused, detailed, and disciplined. They are methodical problem solvers. We need these people. And people with initiating styles are social, enthusiastic, and persuasive. They're fun-loving and the life of the party. Who wouldn't want them around? It's essential, especially in one-on-one situations, to understand who you're communicating with and to ensure that they know what you're saying at its optimal level. You're going to need to flex to their style, most likely. Direct people want you to refrain from droning on and telling a long story, so get to the point quickly. Initiating people are going to want to know every detail about your long weekend in exquisite detail, and they want to know your feelings about it. Analytical people are likely going to connect better with facts and figures. Supportive people are going to want reassurance and kindness and hear about what's happening to you and likely ask a lot of questions. This is going to help you to build connections, increase respect, and be heard. Now, I need to keep this in mind when I'm talking to someone who is initiating, like my 12-year-old, when he's telling me an incredibly long story about his last Fortnite battle in detail that is mind-numbing. I need to double down on my patience and understanding. If he was to consider my style, he would be a little more decisive, clear, and get to the point. Would have told me that he just had a battle royale and we could high five and celebrate. Getting him to understand this, however, is a story for a whole other time. Understanding and adapting to different communication styles can build stronger connections, foster respect, and ensure that our messages are heard. Let's go out there and communicate effectively. For communication leads to community. That is understanding, intimacy, and mutual value.